Okay. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Weekly Buzz. We're back this weekend. It's your favorite host, Didi.
I'm back. It's your boy, Big Buddy Nando.
I'm Jazzy.
And I'm Chris Knight from the Counseling Center, and we have one more special guest. I don't know if everybody can see it, but we have Aspen.
Yeah.
The bearded dragon.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
don't know if you
lizard.
can see it. Hold on. I can hold them up real quick.
Uh-oh. What's up, Aspen? He said, ah.
Do he got dance moves?
Dance moves.
Dance
He be wiggling.
Special guest appearance by Aspen.
Yup.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Season 2, Episode 3. It is the second part of our Build Your Success campaign. Last week we started this off talking about how to build community, right? And that was really good timing as we welcome students back to campus. It is now week 2. How are you guys doing? How are you holding up after week 1 of classes?
I'm stressed.
You are stressed.
No,
You're kind of
I'm-
laughing like that
I'm
nervousness.
I'm not stressed.
I'm loving it. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be a great year.
Nando's loving it.
I just feel
I'm
old.
taking a couple difficult classes.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, yeah, that's
Classes
crazy.
are starting to kick in for everybody.
Yes. You know what I heard? They for one of my classes, I gotta be in a wheelchair all day. You know what's funny? I went in there and she was like, teacher was like, hey, like, can somebody help me build these wheelchairs? I'm like, build a wheelchair? I was like, I'll help. I don't mind. So I came in and built the wheelchairs, but I get first dibs, so it was for a cause. I'm trying to get it over with, but I just know that they're gonna give me that wheelchair. I have to will to practice.
I'm going to call them
I'm
Mills
about
and
to be like,
Wheels.
I'm like, ooh, wee, no.
Yeah, I did it last semester.
Yep.
And it was hilarious because I actually had ACL surgery, so I was actually in the wheelchair for real. It was.
That was good timing, huh?
People in a wheelchair, I know they got some strong forearms. Let me tell you, but they be wheeling all day.
Our campus is relatively flat, and we're going to be trying to grind down the high spots every so often.
I don't know about flat.
Oh,
no.
No,
because they're
well,
way-
other
no,
campuses,
well, look,
if
from
they
my
will-
experience, okay, it was pretty flat, but like there was like a little downhill where like it kind of just rolled a little bit. Like coming from the library, you just kind of roll a little bit.
I'm just saying, if you gotta go to the library, if you work at the library in your wheelchair, you have to go up a little
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie,
bit.
You don't
that is a
notice
hill.
that
Yeah.
grade until you're in a wheelchair, but you're in a wheelchair and you're trying to ramp it up there.
I just
I
imagine.
started rolling backwards trying to go to study tables.
Ooh, I be irritated. All I know is I'm about to be very irritated if somebody don't hold the door open for me.
You better push the button.
You know what I'm saying? If
Those
I'm,
little things, right? Like the
Yeah.
buttons, like they're pushing you need to make sure those work all the time.
yeah. Overall, though, I'm excited for class this year. Like, I'm excited for my teachers. Like, I think this year's gonna be a very solid year for sure.
Has it been good just to kind of get back into the routine for you all?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm a very big routine person. Like, I love knowing what I have to. I have designated naps.
Designated naps.
I am
that's
so
hilarious.
serious. Like, I designate naps.
So you like pencil in nap time?
Yes, I pencil in nap time.
I hear it all the time from students that they're really excited to get back to campus, be back around their old friends, make some new friends. Like home is good for about a week, and then they're just
For about a week.
Yeah, for about a week.
I don't know.
You
Even
do
if
everything
that,
you need to do. You see everybody you need to see. You're like, okay, I don't want to go back to school now.
I'm about to say, even if that, man, it's good for like a little 3 days.
I know. The family get the family in again. You're like, nah.
Yeah.
As a parent, I can see the other side. You know, we get our feelings bruised. It's like, why don't you like us anymore? And it's like, no, I get it.
I'm just saying,
You
like,
found your community here
Yeah.
on campus. You got all your friends, all the things that you like to do.
yeah, I don't know, but that also like, I share a household like with completely women, so I barely have a chance to go in the bathroom for real. So when I'm here, I be like, yes, Lord, yes.
Come on, that is hilarious. So, all right, kind of reining it back to this whole notion, kind of recapping, because last time it was about building community. That was the kind of the character trait that we talked about. What did you guys do this last week to kind of build community?
On the football team, we all had to go through camp together, which is probably one of the hardest times of the year because you're in football all day, and it's workouts and running and
Yep.
football and
Coach
hitting
screaming at you.
and heat and figuring out everything for the first time. You don't even know if you really want to play college football for real until you go through camp. And then kind of just like the team bonding, like getting to go swimming together and doing all that kind of fun stuff.
Gotcha. So it was those fun kind of things that
Yeah.
were kind of football adjacent, maybe, right?
Yeah.
Like, so we get to go swimming as a team, and
If you think of it as this, like you waking up in the morning, with another football player right next to you going through the same thing you going through. So like that being a constant for like what 2 weeks straight of just us waking up early in the morning for meetings, for practice, all he said, like you kind of have no choice but to bond. Like you're sweating, you're working hard, you know what I mean, you're sore, you're all sore together.
How do you welcome those new people in? Because we were talking before the show, and you kind of brought up this notion of like we all kind of are here for the same reason, right? To make the team, not just to make the team, but to make this team better.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I always say, like especially like for incoming freshmen, like be yourself, but like at the same time, like we all gotta like we all realize, like not just in camp, but like we all have the same goal coming in here, and that's to win games.
Yeah.
No matter what, we want everything. We're gonna do everything in our power to have a W on that board. You know what I mean? And so that kind of thing, like having that notion of understanding, like okay, he's here for the same reasons I'm here, so it's like we could work on that and we can bond from that.
How about for you, Didi? How do you welcome any traditions or things you guys do to welcome the new members in and kind of get them part of the team?
So like when we have incoming people coming in, we make sure like we adopt them into the culture of making sure you know everything. Like you're not just a running back. You don't just sit back there and carry the ball. Like you're gonna block, you're gonna catch the football, and you will get to run the ball if you earn the opportunity to.
To kind of go off of that, but also like a big thing, and not just with the running backs, but a lot of position groups. I know I do it in my position group a lot. Is holding each other accountable to a higher standard.
Yes.
Like saying, oh, I'm gonna make plays, or I'm gonna, you know what I mean. You can say all you want, but if you're not on the field early, if you're not watching, extra minutes on film, if you're not studying the playbook, stuff like that, like that lets me know that you really don't want it. So I'm gonna do everything in my power to, kind of like he said, bring you into this culture, but also at the same time, like, put you in a higher standard. So not only are you gonna hold yourself into a higher standard, you're gonna put somebody else down the line into a higher standard.
I think the key to that is communicating. I'm holding you to this standard because I care about you, right?
Yeah.
I need you to be part of this
It's
team.
all love.
And I need you to be the best you can be.
Yeah, it's all love. Like I tell this to all my guys. Like, look, I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure they're gonna be all right, and that's a promise, and that's a brother's promise. I'm always gonna make sure they're good, and that's not just with my position group, but that's everybody on the team.
Yeah.
But all I ask is for you to show that love back, that dedication back, that hard work back. That's all I want. You know what I mean? Because if I'm gonna give because if I'm gonna give you my all, the least you can do is give me your all.
You even talked about this in the theater, right?
Yeah.
So you're not on the football team, obviously.
I
maybe
feel like
get you out
that'd be
there
a
kicking.
horrible idea. But, yeah.
But you have the same notion of like competition and but also blending that with community in the theater group.
Yeah, because like I auditioned for Annie, and I auditioned for a specific role, but I didn't get the role that I wanted. But I'm still glad that I'm a part of the show because it's gonna be a great show. All of the kids are super, super talented, and like they come to me for their like homework questions or like random questions, and I think it's so funny because like a lot of times they're like science related questions, and I was like, how did you guys know that that's kind of my thing? Like it's the most random thing ever, but like the one came up and asked me about the water cycle, and I was like, well, this is what the water cycle is.
The competition doesn't have to mean that we can't have community too. We can do both.
I would like to clarify I was not competing with the children. It was a whole other role. I was not going for any.
But kind of to touch on what you said, like competition doesn't have to be where you have to hate each other. Like in football, we compete every day. Every day. We compete every day. And it's like, we have this mindset. It's gonna be dog eat dog at the end of the day. You gotta earn your spot. You gotta earn. I say this all the time. Like you gotta earn your money. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I feel like, yeah, that's one thing. But at the same time, like though I'm fighting somebody for a spot, I'm still gonna take care of them. I'm still gonna be their friend at the end of the day. I'm still gonna make sure they're all right mentally, physically. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, we're a team, and a lot of people don't realize that. Like, yeah, you want my spot. You know what I mean? If you earn it, you earn it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna fight my butt off to earn to keep my spot no matter what. You know what I mean? But if you earn that spot through hard work, I'm not gonna sit here and get mad at you because you worked hard enough to earn the spot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take it more like, okay, you worked. I'm gonna work even harder.
That was a great segue into integrity. Little things that we do each day to display kind of our morals, our values to those people around us. Any other ways you guys define integrity or think about integrity?
Doing what's right even when no one's looking.
I like that. Yeah.
Honesty, like being honest, like with yourself, others, and stuff like that. Just being true to what you are.
Yeah, and to kind of piggyback off of that, I think also like holding yourself accountable for your actions.
Mm-hmm. I think those are all really great ways that, great definitions of integrity. And we're going to kind of break that down into some different ways that maybe we can show integrity throughout our lives here on campus. How we maybe can do that in the classroom, out on the athletic field, or as part of a team that we're in, or just in our personal lives. Because I think that they're very similar things, some of the ways that we can show it, but maybe there's some unique things to each area. So, I don't know, what does integrity look like in the classroom for you guys?
Honestly, for me, it's more of like being there on time, because it's really distracting when you're walking in 10, 20 minutes after class started, especially because like a lot of courses, like they don't wait for you to be there. They start no matter what, and that's just going to hurt you in the long run rather than help you.
Okay, I get a simple thing, like just showing up, being there on time is a great way to kind of display that integrity. I get it. I think that makes sense. Other ways that you would display integrity in the classroom?
Also, like, being honest about your work. Like, I know a lot of times last year I was struggling to keep up with, like, deadlines with certain things. And you just have to communicate with your professors about it. Because there's, like, a lot of things going on. They know that. You just have to talk to them about it rather than just turning it in 3 weeks later and not getting any credit for it.
I think that communication piece is so huge. Letting everybody around, and this goes with any team that we're part of, letting people know where we're at, how I'm doing with it. And so if problems are happening, that, we can all troubleshoot them together. Yeah. I think that's a great one. Any other things with integrity in the classroom?
Just, like, being respectful. Like, the constant talking in the back of the classroom can get distracting, or, like, if your professor is trying to teach you something, you should listen because it's important, and you're paying to be here. So
honestly, I'm gonna jump in just a little bit, because you bring up one that I see and hear students talk about the most is, I think everybody's worst fear is I got to present in class. At least as they kind of come in, nobody wants to do a presentation.
Yeah,
I do.
I do. You're the odd duck.
I do too. I love presenting.
I got the speech class, man. I'm about to bring in my PS Vita. I'm about to be talking about it.
It's not that when people's breaking up, you're right. It's not that they really hate presenting. It's the fact that there's people out there, and I'm worried they're going to judge me. And I think when we're out, we're in class, and you kind of touched on it. How do I respond to others? Right? Am I talking when they're talking? How how does that make us feel? How valuable does that make me feel if I'm trying to say something and I got people, background noise having sidebar conversations, especially if I'm doing a presentation and I got people that maybe aren't paying attention, or worse yet, they're laughing at me, or they're...
And, like, a lot of times I know, like, there was one presentation I did that people were laughing in the back of the classroom, which obviously doesn't bother me.
It's that perception of their worst fears. They're all going to laugh at me.
Yeah, and they may not be necessarily laughing at you, but just the thought that they might be can be kind of scary.
Really being mindful of when someone's giving a presentation of our own behaviors, our own, how am I communicating that sense of respect and integrity?
I mean, honestly, like, I agree, especially with the communicating with your teachers. People don't realize teachers want you to graduate. The professors, the doctors here, they want you to graduate. They don't want to see you here no more. Like, they trying to get you going so you can get you that money.
As an alumni.
Yeah, we want to see you as an alumni, but they trying to get you going to get you some money. You feel me? They gonna help you out, but like email them. I thank God every day that I had amazing teachers last semester, and I was going, through, not only I had sports, I had work, but I had stuff going on in my personal life. It was a simple email like, hey, I got some stuff going on. I was wondering if I could have this at least a day or two extension. Man, one of my teachers gave me a week. You know what I'm saying? They want you to succeed. They don't want you to fail. So please don't be shy to talk to your teachers. I promise you, 9 times out of 10, you email them, they're gonna be like, "Oh, that's all right. I got you." You know what I mean? Because they want you. They want to see you succeed. They want to see success in your life.
Mm-hmm. It's true. One of the biggest privileges, honest, one of the highest honors that we can have is when you guys come back as alumni and we see the jobs you got and all the wonderful things that you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Makes our day.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So I feel like integrity socially, for me, is just like being honest with those people around you. Like if you call them your friends, like don't lie to them or don't lie about them or talk about them or gossip about them. Like
That's so true.
yeah, like if they're your friends, they're your friends. Like don't treat them as anything other than your friends. Be honest and have integrity. Like be nice, be dependable. Like
Even beyond friends, though, this notion of gossip, and I think sometimes we discount of how hurtful that can be.
Yeah.
Talking about others, whether they're our friends or not, is really hurtful. And this is a small campus, but really anywhere. I think we live in a pretty small, connected world, and
yeah, so like that gossip spreads like wildfire, and that can be crippling for them.
And it's sad though, because like that's somebody's life you're tarnishing. You know, that's somebody's reputation. Like I've heard some stuff last year that's like, man, like
words are
it's sad.
important.
Yeah, it can be so sad. Like you don't know what them words could do to a person. Like you know, maybe that could be like that one straw. Like yeah, you know what I mean. It could send somebody down a very bad spiral. You know, so I don't know. I don't like gossip.
It's
I
an
think gossip is so
easy
annoying.
trap to get into is kind of some of the gossiping.
I mean, but
Not just gossip, but I mean, just kind of talking negatively about somebody.
I feel like you also gotta realize that we in college now. We
Yeah, like
grown,
we're grown
like,
adults.
Like we grown now. Like people, 20 and 21. My boy over here 23. You feel me? We boy playing big boy Texas. You feel me? But like we grown. You know what I mean? Like I get it. Like coming out of high school, going straight to college. You're gonna have those high school habits, but you gotta realize like I said, people come from a lot of different places, so you might not know what they go through. You might not know what they about. Like,
Be supportive. Like even if it's like not your friend, if it's just someone on campus, like be supportive of them. Like you don't have to like what they're doing or like want to do the same things that they're doing, but like be supportive.
Yeah.
Like it's not hard to be like, okay, that's good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you succeed.
I think those words and those acts of kindness carry a whole lot more weight. We kind of discount those as much as we kind of discount maybe some of the gossipy stuff.
Yeah.
So making sure, how's this gonna, thinking about, maybe that's the key, right? Thinking about how is this gonna impact the other person, whether positively or negatively. And let that kind of guide our actions.
Yeah.
Okay. And the last domain is out on the athletic field. We get a lot of athletes, or not just out on the athletic field, but really part of any team.
yeah, I
How do
mean,
they show, what does integrity mean there?
being a good teammate, that's for sure. I say the biggest one, and not just being nice to your teammate. Like being a good teammate to me is like holding somebody accountable, holding somebody to a higher standard, into the culture that you're trying to build. Also, at the same time, like also being supportive kind of goes into that role as well. Like being supportive to your teammate is a big thing. Like, and being a good teammate can show in a lot of different ways.
It's helping people, our team, those people around us, right?
Yeah.
We talked a little bit with competition. Like,
Yeah.
I want to hold you accountable,
Right.
not because I'm trying to be mean or I'm trying to achieve power control over you, because I want to lift us all up.
Yeah.
When you are at your best, I'm at my best.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And like,
I feel like something else we've talked a lot about this year is like the coaches, like they are only so many people. They can't police 120 people to do everything. Like that's the difference between like being good and being great. Like on great teams, it's not just the coaches. Like there's leaders within that team that help bring that team up to where it needs to be. It's not the coach this, coach that, coach this, because it's different coming from a coach than it is coming from your brother. And it's like if y'all are all lifting each other up, then we can all be great. We can all be on one accord.
And I think that is so true, not just on an athletic team, but really is, whether you're at work or part of any organization.
oh God, look at Diddy preaching over here. But also at the same time, like being respectful to like your coaches, your teammates, to even your opponents. Like besides Bluffton, but
Even Bluffton.
all right, even Bluffton,
even
I guess. But all jokes aside, like not only that, but also being respectful of your equipment. Like you know what I mean, like.
Okay, I see that. People know I'm a rabid sports fan. I love sports, and I see some odd stuff sometimes on the sidelines. I've seen people be throwing helmets, be swearing.
I'm gonna be real. Like I'm a victim of that. I smashed my skull against my helmet a couple times out of frustration.
And I keep getting caught up in the emotion.
Yeah.
The adrenaline's flowing.
I just gotta get it out of my system. But I mean, and you know, in all reality, like just being overall respectful of knowing your surroundings and stuff like that.
I think it's different if in a moment of frustration, maybe I'd bang my helmet.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen some stuff where people are chewing out referees.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Getting in a coach's ear. I've seen some crazy things over the years.
Mm-hmm. I mean, our culture now is like we're letting our coaches deal with the refs. Like we just play. At the end of the day, we're players, and I mean, if we see something that we don't like, hey coach, you mind saying something, like, or even if it's like a respectful situation, I found myself talking to refs, but in a respectful way. Because at the end of the day, if you're like disrespectful, then you ain't getting no type of calls.
Yeah.
None.
They're not calling nothing.
Yeah, but it could be a quick like, hey ref, how you doing? Like, you know what I mean? You mind watching this out for me right quick? You feel me? Like something light. They don't have to be no type of disrespect for yes sir or yes ma'am, depending who the ref is. Like, please sir, watch out for that. And 9 times out of 10, you probably will get that call, but. Just being overall respectful, and knowing what to say and minding your tone. But also at the same time, being dedicated and putting your best effort forward.
I agree.
One thing we preach all the time is you got to earn your spot.
Yes,
you
can't coach effort.
Yeah, I'm about to say you cannot coach effort. You cannot coach work ethic. You can't coach that. It's something you have to put in forward. You have to put in your 2 cents in, to get that little money back. You feel me? And I think like the biggest thing that we tell the young guys is like, if you come in hungry for it, you're ready to work, you're studying, you're working your butt off, you're making plays on scout team, you'll earn your time, you'll earn your play. And that's something that we always preach, to the young guys. And
maybe that integrity though is I give it my all.
Yes.
From 7 to 9.
Yes.
When I'm engaged, I'm engaged.
Yes.
Because if I'm not, because how easy is it to kind of cut corners?
Oh,
yeah.
Take plays off, right?
We say this all the time. The path to least resistance is never going to get you right.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, the path, yeah. I'm sounding like Coach Bledsoe. Lord. they say it.
He rubbing off on you.
That's where we want to go. But you're right. I think that doesn't help us to achieve our overall goals often.
I'm saying if life was easy, everybody would be rich. If life was easy, everybody rich. But like if we're being honest, like I said, like the path of least resistance is never gonna get you right. But the path that's the most hardest is gonna give you a reward.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So if you got to claw, bite, spit, just to make a play, you got strain to make a play, and whatever sport you do. You know what I mean? You earned that because you strained for it. You worked for it.
I'm going to play devil's advocate.
Tell me.
Why not just take a playoff? Because I've seen even professionals do that. But they just
You know what? I get that all the time. You know what's funny? You know what I say to that?
Because it's not just... that's the metaphor is like in sports, it's easy to take a playoff.
Yeah.
But we can do that at work and our personal lives too. It's easy to do that when nobody's looking.
Every athlete knows this. The time
Yes,
the time you take a play off is the time that a play goes to you. Is when something happens to you.
On offense, the time you take a play off is the play where the gap is this freaking wide and you could have scored a touchdown.
Mm-hmm. Or if I take a play off, they run right down my gap.
Yes, yeah, every time.
But if I'm not really.
You gotta be on your P's and Q's. You gotta be on your P's and Q's every play.
What does that do to the team dynamic though? If you got a teammate and you see him and he knows, okay, the play's called to the left side, I'm on the right, so I can take this off. What does that do to team dynamic?
It shows, not only does it shows disrespect to your teammates, but also at the same time, like, it shows that you're not ready. We can't trust you. And we say this to all the freshmen. I say this to the freshmen all the time. If I see you in the play, right, and you're not doing nothing because you want to take a play off or because you're tired, you know what I mean? That just shows me you just don't want it. Like, I could be tired. Like, I'm a big boy now. Like, I lost the weight, but I'm still 304 pounds now. I ain't light now. But there'd be plays where I'm like dog tired, but always think, just give me this one play.
Yeah.
And then when the next play happen, all right, there's the one play. You know what I mean? Like, you got like tell yourself in a way, kind of like, no matter how tired I get, I want it more than the person in front of me. You know what I mean? Then yeah, you could take a play off, but it's just gonna show the coaches that you don't want it. They're gonna take your ass out quick. Oh, sorry. bleep that out. But they gonna take you out quick. You know what I mean? And then now you're in the bench, feeling some type of way. Your mama there talking about some. Why my baby on the bench? Why my baby on the bench? Man, the coach will be the first one to tell you. But that boy is soft to charm. He don't want it because he took a play off. You know what I mean?
It really disrupts chemistry, right?
Oh,
Whether
yes.
it's in a team or a work environment, or even a classroom. You know, it really disrupts that whole environment. It leads, can I trust you? Can I depend on you? Those questions start popping up in my brain.
Mm-hmm.
So that whole notion of community that we spent last week talking about, it really starts to erode that. So, good. All right, shift some gears.
Yes.
You're putting down.
I like this next one.
All right, well, you go for it.
So, the next thing we're gonna talk about is like ways that, it helped us kind of display integrity.
Yeah.
And the biggest one for me, and I'm glad I kind of see this on here, is who you surround yourself with, who you hang around with. I used to do this when I was young. I was a little rebel, you know what I mean, when I was a kid. But I had my coach tell me this one piece of advice. You are what you hang yourself with. You know what I mean? You become what you are surrounding yourself with. So if your friends are on the streets shooting dice, who else is going to be shooting dice there? You as well. You feel what I'm saying? So I used to make a priority to hang out with people that wanted success in their life. They wanted greatness in their life. I used to hang around. I used to have this buddy of mine, bless his heart. I used to have a buddy in high school. He used to go to the library after every practice.
Yep.
And I used to be like, why do you go to the library? And he was like, because I want to be the first generation college student. That sentence alone changed my whole way of thinking. Because back then, like, I had friends who, used to, go to practice and go party or do some type of crazy stuff that, they wasn't supposed to. But that guy had a goal. And I wanted to have the same goal. Like, I'm a first generation college student myself. So I kind of thank God, that I met him in my life, you know what I mean? But, surround yourself with people with positive mindsets. People that will support you, but also at the same time will make you work harder.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I kind of think of it as a competition. Like, you feel me? Like, a lot of people don't think, like, you have competitions with your friends. No, I have competitions with my friends because I want to be great. And that drive and that, work ethic and, my goals, my goal is to make sure that I make it to a better place, but at the same time, like, it shows the other person, like, oh, he has plans. I want to have plans, too. Like, I want to be great, too. You know what I mean? So in that kind of way, you can compete.
Bring up some really interesting and some really good points there. You know what kind of gets in the way of integrity sometimes with us? It's that immediate gratification, right? If I cut corners, if I do that little thing that maybe doesn't display integrity, I take the play off, right? I sleep in a little bit. I don't do, I don't prepare myself. I get immediate gratification, right? I watch the YouTube instead of, reading my book. Ooh, I get the, get a dopamine bump. Like, it's immediate gratification. If I'm doing those little things, it means you're right. I'm doing something that's probably a little harder, right? I'm going to get the gratification, but it may be at the end of 16 weeks when I get that A or B.
It's going to feel good.
And it's going to feel good, but I got to be able to delay that for 16 weeks and do the hard thing. And that's where that sense of community, right? If I got a group of people around me that are doing the same things, then it feels a little bit better to me. Yeah. It becomes normal.
At the end of the day, like I said, life isn't easy. Life ain't no sunshines and rainbows. There's stuff that you have to work for no matter what. But like I said, if you surround yourself with positive attitudes and people that are goal-driven and have that good work ethic, that rubs off on you.
No, it doesn't rub off, though, but it helps me start getting some of that. It goes back to that notion of, like, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a delayed gratification, right? If I do it with people that I enjoy being around, I get a little bit of that gratification. Oh, cool. I'm going to practice, and I'm going to go hang out with Nando and Dee Dee. I'm more likely to go because I find that to be a pleasurable, enjoyable experience.
Right.
Parts of it, at least. Let's shift up gears. Let's talk about what's going on campus this week, because we got a whole lot going on.
We do.
This week, as now we're getting square into the middle of classes.
Yeah.
First full week, everybody's here. Classes are going to start to get a little more heavy. But what are some of the events happening on in and around campus?
So we got a lot of things going on tomorrow. Tomorrow is Overdose Awareness Day.
Yes, come out to that.
Come out. So they're going to be doing 3 things. They're gonna do a cannabis conversations tomorrow at noon. It's gonna be at Hubbard Banquet Room. It's just just go to Hubbard, you'll find your way.
Yeah, there'll be people there.
Don't go to Hubbard. Go to Sarek.
Oh,
I know it's
shoot.
confusing, right?
I be forgetting Sarek and Hubbard are the same thing.
The Hubbard Banquet Hall is in Sarek.
Yeah, so just go in Sarek and it should be
You're gonna see
somewhere.
signs all over the place.
There'll be people there.
It's like there's a banquet room in Hubbard.
Yeah, look, I was like, hold on, I had to think about it. But yeah.
Yes.
Easily confused. No, this is gonna be a great event. We're gonna have a conversation with Jake Arnold. The Counseling Center is gonna be there. We're just gonna talk about, because so much has changed with cannabis use, with legalization. There's new products that are out there, different potencies.
Man, did y'all see? Oh, I'm so sorry. And this is not even off topic, but look, I saw this on social media the other day. But it's an actual like pen that you can write with, but on the other side it's like a
cart or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was looking at it. I said these young folk are crazy. Cause imagine you just writing. And you just like, let me take a hit. That's crazy. I just think that's nuts. But that's
a crazy sequence.
Great example of all of these new products. And
Yes.
It's a crazy sequence.
Designed to be, I don't know what the best way to describe it is, user friendly. Maybe.
I just think that's nuts. Because imagine doing a whole essay and be like, let me take a fat rip.
At middle class. You said what now? Hold on.
They gonna have them boys. Oh man. But we also have a resource fair and speakers from 4 to 7 in Sarek Hall. So come out to that.
19 different agencies that specialize in mental health and addictions are going to be there.
Yes, and also lots of giveaways.
That means free things.
Get you some free stuff. Probably a raffle.
Oh, is there a raffle?
Just a raffle.
Is it a raffle or
you
they're
just like show up and all these vendors, you go to their tables, they're gonna be hooking you up with
Man, if
some
y'all
free
get you some free pencils,
free
braces,
merch?
all that,
Oh, yeah.
get you some free stuff.
We'll be there.
And there's gonna be some really cool free stuff though too. There's gonna be some, they call them Deterra bags. So these are for prescription meds that have expired. It's the proper way to dispose of them. You put the stuff in the bags. There's a little solution.
I'm gonna give me some. I'm gonna give you one of them, boy.
Yeah, that sounds kind of cool,
there's some
Loki.
really cool stuff that's gonna be there. There's some stuff to help lock up your prescription meds. There's
Real
some safety
life.
Real
life. I'm about to hide my ibuprofen. Them boys be
Real life.
Real life. But we also have something exciting at the end of this week. We have casino night on Friday. Yes. Very exciting. It's actually a lot of fun. A lot of people don't knock it till you try. I actually went there last year and it's so much fun. You get to actually play like casino games. You have your own chips. Also, you can use the chips for snacks or whatever. They have stuff that they sell for the chips.
And if you're above the age of 21, like you, DD,
get you a little sip.
Yeah, yeah, like Unc over there.
Never.
I'm gonna be dealing blackjack, so come on out.
Dealing blackjack?
Your money.
Oh yeah, don't let Chris Knight take it.
Yeah.
It's the highlight of my years. I get to steal your money at the blackjack table.
Dang.
That's actually hilarious. I know you be taking everybody money. That's so funny.
I'm not going to the
Also,
blackjack table.
Tabletop Tuesday kicks off in the library from 8 to 10 p.m. Come out to the library for a lot of fun board games. There can be probably from chess to,
checkers.
What's your favorite board game? What do you like to play?
Me?
Yeah.
Mancala.
What is it?
Mancala. I'm
With the
actually
little marbles?
Yes, I'm like
It's
that.
You
actually
freaky.
fun.
I'm about
Yeah.
to say I'm like that at
It's
Mancala.
I've never understood
I'll
that
play
game.
Mancala. I want to play charades so bad. For
I
some
love
reason,
charades.
I want to play it. So there's an app on the phone where you can like
Yeah.
do that.
Oh.
Yeah.
My favorite. I have like all of the extra sound.
So come out to the library Tuesday night from 8 to 10 and play some board games.
Have you a lot of fun.
And last but not least, we have athletics. Lots of road action. I think our men's and women's soccer's on the road, volleyball's on the road.
Everybody's on the road this week.
Yeah, including our football team.
We is gonna be in Ann Arbor, Michigan, going against Concordia. And if you live around there or
From around there, you can come out. It's not too far away, so yeah, come out and support a little bit.
Smooth a little hour.
Stay tuned a little later on in the week because we're going to have our football preview episode. We've done volleyball, men's and women's soccer. We did cross country. We're going to drop our last preview episode.
For football. You're going to see your boy.
Yeah.
Maybe have a very special guest there too.
Yeah.
All right. That's going to do it for the Weekly Buzz. We'll see you all next week. Make sure everybody hits the like, the share, help get us out there as you kind of be well, live well, learn well on campus this week.
All right.
See y'all, everybody.
Be well. Brush your hair.
Be well, brush your hair is great.